Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brandon, and today we're doing something a little different. Recently, our Angel Army reached 28 units. For those who don't really follow this stuff, the Angel Army is my main core units, the ones that I've invested in the most, my plus 10s. And so we have now gotten our 28th plus 10, Winter Hilda, and with 28, we actually have enough characters that we can go through Arena Assault and use only our plus 10s to try and take it down. And I thought that sounded like a fun little challenge and one that I wanted to see if we could actually do. And you may think, oh, but you're using your plus 10s. They're all pretty invested. You're gonna steamroll it pretty easily. But that isn't really the case. I only have one Dancer plus 10. I have no duos, no mythics. I only have one legendary. So a lot of the units that I use in Arena Assault are one-offs like those that give a lot of extra flexibility or utility. I also only have one near save. I only have a handful of far save units. So even though these are some of my most invested units, the amount of options I have is actually going to be more limited than you would think, which will make this a bit more challenging than it appears at a glance. But it still sounds like a fun little challenge, so we are going to take our most trusted allies and see if we can break through the Arena Assault. Now, being Arena Assault, of course, we can only use each of our 28 units once each before they are gone, so we will have to strategize around that. And as a little trade-off, we do get these Arena Assault items, and we're going to use some of those to help make up for some of the lacking gaps in our roster. For example, again, I only have one Dancer, so having a Dancer's Veil to give us one extra dance use when we need it could be very helpful. Also, a lot of the units I built aren't cavalry, so having extra movement could be helpful. And then just instantly turning on our specials could also be helpful. A lot of these items can actually be pretty useful though. I also normally bring a lot more healers for Arena Assault, but I only have like 2 of them, so Elixir even wouldn't be a terrible choice in this particular challenge. But we're going to go with the Dancer Veil, the Special Blade, and the Infantry Boots. And we also do have the 2 tactical retreats, which we probably will need to get through this. So we are starting things off. Round 1, we have a team worth 760 points. The units I picked are for high scoring in particular, so that they will give us a good baseline of matches, because the wonky way Arena Assault picks enemy lineups. And didn't want to just end up with a really weak selection of enemies. But as a result, that also means we burned through some of our better units, like both regular and legendary Byleth, and we also lose one of our valuable far saves with Ignatz. So hopefully we can still get through this. Starting things off, let's see, Queen Lumera. Tiki is not bad, we can definitely just body her with Byleth. And then Reinhardt. Definitely not as intimidating as he used to be all those years ago. So I don't think this looks too bad. This is definitely manageable. So we'll start by keeping our units bunched up. That way Ignatz can protect us. Actually, what we'll do is we will send Legendary Byleth in to take out Tiki. Bam, one-shots her. And now we'll move Ignatz up. We'll go ahead and rally to bump up his speed and def, and then we'll also boost his res. But more importantly, we'll get the ruse laid down on Reinhardt. And now Ignatz can take advantage of that defense tile and just reduce that damage, intercept him, hits him with the Deadeye. He is also on a defense tile though, so we're not doing a lot of damage to either of us here. But that is okay. So we can have Actually, I think I'd find it more valuable to drop the ruse this way to weaken Lumera, because Legendary Byleth can still take out the Reinhardt. Hit him with the Sublime Heaven. No issues. We're going to take a little bit of damage on the counter hit, but second Sublime Heaven, not even the defense tile will save you. Also, yeah, normally I do try and avoid using defense tiles for like actual showcases, but for a challenge like this, we're just going to use anything at our disposal, so defense tiles are fair game. And now we'll bring up our dear professor to protect our other professor and intercept Queen Lumera. Queen Lumera. And he will protect us. Love provides, protects us. And Vital Astra just cuts through her damage reduction, takes her out. And now, Byleth, kill, destroy, no issues, no hesitation. And with that, round 1 is cleared. And once again, just move down to 760 against a Surtur lead. We are always going to do advanced. It doesn't count if we're not doing advanced. So starting round 2, we have a Surtur who swapped out Sinmara and Surtur's Menace, which just seems questionable. At that point, you're just running any green armor. And not just that, just a green armor with Gen 2 stats. Seems a little weird to take away the things that make Surtur Surtur, but okay. We've also got a Tiki, who could be annoying. Reinhardt, we just dealt with that, so we know we can deal with it again. And then a Duo Azura. So we could just bring one of our save tanks, but I don't think that's really necessary. Reinhardt does hit decently hard still, but we can just use color advantage to deal with that. And Azura also hits okay hard, but not as hard as some other units. So I feel like we can just kind of play around that and just bring someone like, say, Camilla. Big Sis Camilla, who I recently gave some upgrades like Distant Stance, should be able to tank this decently. Kind of wish I still had Guard Bearing on her, but we will make do. We will see if Pegasus Flight ever actually does anything. People were telling me I was wrong and Pegasus Flight can be good, but I'm not convinced. Another option would definitely be to just bring Kadean Byleth, who would just take them out when they initiate, but I would rather save him for a round with at least 3 ranged units, because he's one of our stronger options. To support Big Sis, let's go ahead and bring Sakura, can keep her topped off, and we do probably want a cavalry or flying unit to help trigger Big Sis's axe. We could bring Ash, who would take out Surtur, but Surtur isn't running DC, so I feel like wasting a Wind Sweep unit is a little bit of a questionable move. I kind of think we'll just bring Picnic Leo, and then in the last slot, we don't really need all 3 slots, but since we're trying to use all of our units, I feel like in the last slot we'll just bring whoever I feel most comfortable losing. And I think right now that's Kaze. Actually, no, it's New Year's Corrin, because we can use him to rally and boost Camilla. I was also considering like Klein, but having an offense archer who can just nuke a troublesome unit could be helpful. So I think we'll just bring Ninja Corrin. And so to start, we want to be able to bait these guys out. Let's start by using our rally to debuff Reinhardt, and we'll move Leo down, we'll move Big Sis Camilla down, and we'll also move Sakura, and we will bait them out. Okay, Azura attacks, hits us for 18, and on counterattack we actually don't double back, so we didn't do as much as I would have liked. But that is okay. We will go ahead and restore. And alright, we'll boost Camilla once again. Have her take out Azura. And we want to get Sakura out of range, so we're going to have Leo repositioned. We won't be able to move into trigger Camilla's axe, but we'll still be fine. Still outspeeding Reinhardt, so he's not presenting too much of an issue. Counter back with an Aether, and do a good chunk to him. Not enough to finish him off, and he did retreat, but that is fine. And now I think honestly we'll just move up and we'll move Leo nearby to support, trigger her axe. We'll drop a ruse, doesn't really matter right now. It's not doing anything, and we will pass. So Big Sis Camilla is definitely carrying us right now. Here comes a Ruptured Sky. Still only does 2 damage, and kill on counterattack, take out that troublesome guy. And now we'll start moving up, because I think we're going to want to have Leo work at taking out Surtur. So we'll let Big Sis Camilla take out the Tiki. Well, not take her out, but we will wall her off without too much trouble. Charge up our Aether, and on the counterattack, hit for 32. Pretty good chunk. Yeah, not doing a whole lot back, and the Surtur is built for near saving, so can't do a whole lot there. But we can drop a ruse. We'll reset Tiki's special, so that that's not causing any issues. And then we will go ahead and just pass. Yeah, this defense tile, very helpful. Having access to those will make this a lot more manageable. But they won't give us auto wins all the time, so that is still something to keep in mind. Alright, so we'll have Leo finish off Tiki. And yeah, we don't want Big Sis to deal with Surtur, so we're just going to play it slow. We'll move Corrin back actually and start moving Sakura away as well, because what we're going to do is we're going to chip at Surtur. Unfortunately, we're not going to charge our special at all because of his stance skill, and then we're going to have Big Sis pull back, and that's going to be how we play this, so it's going to take a while to chip him down. Actually, if he attacks into Leo, we might be able to wall off. Reset his special. Alright, so we're actually going to let him, actually letting him attack into Leo. He's not doing anything, and then Leo just does a huge chunk on counterattack because we built him for enemy phase. Down he goes. No worries, there we go. Get out of here, sir. Alright, alright, so right off the bat we got a Julia. Not too concerned about her. Thor is troubling though, as is Nana, and then Chrom. How's the map look? Not great. Okay. So we could try and bait Thor right away. But if Nana moves in such a way that Chrom could move down and attack us, that could be very troublesome. So might not even be worth trying that. Alright, so I think I want to bring the legendary Blade Breaker Captain Geralt. Just a strong offensive unit, and then I think I also want some range support. Hitting Thor with Klein wouldn't be a bad idea, and then someone who can deal with Nana would be great as well. Another option would be to try and use Kadane Byleth, but with Thor and Julia having such high res, I just think that's a little shaky of an idea. So I think trying to just initiate on them would be better. Let's go ahead and bring Sedith to support, and then lastly we'll bring Robin. Yeah, we'll bring Robin. He's mostly just here as filler, but he can support us a little bit and also drawback, which could be helpful to deal with these guys. So let's start by just moving our units over. Yeah, they're gonna start breaking this wall. All right, they're not moving down, but Crom could definitely be an issue. We can't reach to take out Thor either, so let's just pull back a little bit. Try and stay out of Crom's way. He is definitely the unit I'm most afraid of. Alright, so we'll have Klein take out Nana. Bam, bam, down she goes. And now we'll reposition him out of the way and move Papa Geralt down as well. And just go ahead and pass turn. Alright, so Crom is still a bit of a threat. We can once again have Klein attack and take down Thor. No problems. Deadeye just snipes straight through any damage reduction, does a lot of damage, doesn't even care about the defense tile, so that is great. But I'm still worried about Crom just rocketing down toward us. So we definitely need to pull Klein out of the way and then move Captain Geralt down, and then we will pass. Alright, so now... Alright. Well, actually, if we just have Geralt take out Julia, initiate, take her down, no problems, and then we will Canto out of the way. Now there's no one for him to use to change fate and move towards us, so now it should be relatively easy to just pick him off. So we'll let him move in, and he's not using any close counter shenanigans, so we can just have Sedith finish him off. There we go. Alright, not as bad as it looked. I was pretty terrified of that one. Alright, on to round 4. Feeling pretty good. Haven't used our tactical retreats or any of the items yet, and we still have a pretty good selection of units left. And let's see, we got a Claude. Is that, that is Brave Claude, okay. Winter Ignatz, a Legendary Byleth, and a Morum. So, I kind of wish I still had that Klein, actually. He'd be nice to snipe Claude, but Ignatz would probably make that difficult anyway, so it's not a huge deal. Let's see. How's the map look? Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, so a little bit risky, but what I'm thinking is I'll go ahead and bring all Papa Garen to try and bait out Claude. Morum should go down if we just use a magical attack. So I'm thinking we'll bring Sunboy Morgie, and with him we'll go ahead and bring Chris as well, who will provide some physical damage to help us hit through Byleth. And then Ignatz isn't terribly threatening. We could probably just pick him off as we just reposition away because of his armor movement if he ends up as the last unit. So I don't think he's that threatening, so we could probably just ignore him for the most part. As for our last slot, we'll go ahead and bring Kaze to make this Papa Garen and the debuff squad. And let's see what we are dealing with. Okay, so right off the bat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Garen over to bait out Claude. I actually probably should have put him on the defense tile just to be safe, but that is fine. Yeah, Byleth doesn't have like an oath skill. There's no guidance or anything, so Byleth isn't going to rush down and hit us on by surprise or anything. So, going to just bring our units up. Let Claude move down. Ooh, he's doing a lot more damage than I would have liked. That's concerning. Ooh, Papa Garen just barely endures. Oh, geez. That is a lot. Alright, so at least Garen did his job. He baited Claude out, but I was really hoping that he would hang in there a little bit better. Morgan is going to take out Claude, though. Get out of here, sir. Oh, that was spooky. Alright, didn't go as well as I was hoping. Alright, Kaze is not doing nearly enough to Byleth, so we're just going to pull Morgan back, get him to safety, move Kaze as well, and we're going to bring Garen up, actually, so that he's closer to drain HP with his weapon. Heal up a little bit. Not a ton, though. Alright, Kaze can take out Moram. Down you go. Alright. It was more bringing Kaze to potentially pick off Byleth if he moved away from Ignatz, but that works too. Pull back and pull back. And once again, we'll just leave Garen there to drain HP as they move down. Heal himself up a little bit. And now we'll move in and take out Byleth. There we go. And now Ignatz should not be too difficult to deal with, but we can't take him out while he's on that defense tile, so we'll let him move down a little bit more. Alright, we're debuffing him with our Grima's Truth, and oh, that's enough for Chris to swoop in and finish him off. Chop chop, and he is felled. Alright, assuming we have no losses, we have 3 to go, and we are running out of units to pick from, but I think we will be able to manage. Let's see, that Deirdre has really high res. I was thinking about maybe just bringing Byleth and letting him sweep, but Deirdre's color advantage in high res will make that difficult. Speaking of difficult, I expected this to go worse, honestly. Although, one thing is that normally my plus 10s are spread out across the seasons, so while we are limited in terms of only being able to use these units, being able to use them without worrying about which season we're trying to get score on is making up for that a little bit, I suppose. Let's see, Dimitri is troublesome. I'm thinking we'll bring Ash and just try and outspeed him, not worry about things. And he can deal with everyone except Deirdre, who I think we could probably take out with Xander without too much issue. And then I think we want Nils. And then in the last slot, I think we'll bring Morgie as a secondary ranged attacker. This is where things are going to start becoming difficult as we run out of options. But this enemy team doesn't look too difficult to deal with, fortunately. So we are using our only dancer here, and that'll let us snipe some of these guys without too much worry. So, alright, we can't do as much damage to Marth as I was hoping. Yeah, even Morgan isn't doing a ton of damage. We could attack, but then Morgan's Far Trace would pull her out. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to attack Marth with Ash, do a little damage, drop debuffs, and now we'll have Morgan finish him off. Zap! Down you go, sir. And we will Canto out of the way. We'll have Nils dance Ash, and then we'll have him take out Deirdre. Alright, there we go. And now, can't reach us now. But Dimitri is moving in. And whew, That is, we are doing no damage there, so a little concerning. Instead, I think it would be best to move Ash and have him take out Alm. Alright, so the original plan was to have Xander bait out Deirdre, but that just ended up being safer. So now we just have to deal with Dimitri, and he might be a little troublesome, but I think it'll be... Okay, there we go. We'll have Ash do some damage there, trigger the lethality, and just cut through that damage reduction like butter, and we'll repo him out of the way, dance Morgan, and now she will finish the job. Sorry, Xander, you didn't get to do much there, but the victory is more important. Good job, team. All right. Ooh. Those are some enemies. All right. So Thor, Edelgard, wish I had my Sunboy Morgie to deal with her. Byleth and Lynn. All right. So I think our safest option is to bring Kadeh and Byleth, and we're going to try and just get the drop on female Summer Byleth and Ninja Lynn. Let them attack into him, and we will hopefully take them out. Although Lynn is actually very fast, we may need some speed support to deal with them. And then I'm thinking Alphonse could deal with Thor, and that'll give us 2 magical options to help with Edelgard. Although actually she's going to be moving so fast that might not be enough. Alright, so we'll bring Soleil to help with Edelgard, and then in the last slot, I think we'll bring Corin. He's not going to do a whole lot unless we can actually initiate, but this is where things are definitely getting difficult. We're basically picking both this team and our last team because we'll only get 4 units to pick from for next round, so basically we're picking who we think will give us the best shot at clearing the final round by who we're picking here. And alright, yeah, right off the bat, Thor is spooky, so going to move our units in. Alright. Yeah, we can't reach, so it would be best to... Ooh, that's actually a problem. I want to use Alphonse to boost Byleth, but he's going to be in the way, and he's going to swoop down and intercept with his save skill, so I guess we'll just have to trust that Alphonse can tank a hit from Lynn. Ooh, this is a lot of damage. Yeah, I think Alphonse is going to go because we can't take Lynn out in one shot. Unfortunate. Yeah, the problem was because I moved Soleil first, I couldn't like rally with Alphonse and then move him out of the way, reposition him out of the way so that Byleth could just be free to tank. Unfortunately, that's a loss. So that is our first loss. We still have our tactical retreats though, so we will just try again. Hopefully we get a team that is maybe a little better suited for us. So right off the bat, we can definitely bring Alphonse, tank Julia, deal with Reinhardt, and to deal with Lumera and Eldigan, I think we could bring our Corin, or actually let's go ahead and bring Hilda and Forrest. So that should cover everyone between them. and then I think we'll bring Soleil as an offense option. And so that'll leave for our last team potentially Ninja Corrin, Summer Claude, Kadean Byleth, and Annette. But let's see what we can do here. All right. That is actually troublesome. I was thinking we could just move up here, but if someone gets danced by Eldigan, that could be troublesome. So it's a little safer to just go ahead and play it slow. Actually, we're going to swap Hilda over. So we're going to bring Hilda up with our return, and then move Alphonse up to support. And we're going to try and take out Reinhardt right away. Yeah, he attacks into us. No real threat there. Don't take him out on counterattack, but that is fine. And we will have Hilda attack him, finish him off. And it would be ideal if we could pull Hilda away from Lumera. There's not a great way to go about that, but what we'll do is we'll reposition her like so, and move Alphonse in to protect Hilda, and then we'll have Soleil pull Forest back, so that we are tanking from these defense tiles, giving us a little bit of an advantage. I don't think we need to use an item here yet. It would be best to have the items for the end if necessary, but even better if we don't have to use them at all, but... Alright, so we'll go ahead and just regroup and pass turn. Alright, Julia attacks. No one's doing any damage. No one is having fun. But we can hit with the Aether and do at least something to her. Not a whole lot, but we did do something. Alright. And Queen Lumera is fast approaching. I'm a little concerned about her. She does hit pretty hard with that Monarch Blade doing damage based off of her speed. But we can have Soleil take out Julia. Hit her with the Ruptured Sky. Down you go. And we could attack and do a little bit of chip damage. Or actually, no, we could attack and then hit her with gravity, and that'll prevent her from approaching until we can rearrange our units a little bit. Yeah, that should be fine. So now Eldigan attacks into Hilda. Not a threat. Hit him with the Aether, heal up, and there we go. And now we just have to deal with Queen Lumera. 20... Yeah, okay. So I think we'll be fine. Well, we could rally, but it's not actually going to do anything because she has lull attack speed and we have rally attack speed. We're going to hit her like so with Soleil. And then Hilda will finish off. There we go. Alright, that went a little better. So, potentially the final round. This has been going better than I expected. Still have all of our items. We still have a tactical retreat if things go bad. We do only get 4 units to pick from, but hopefully we can make something happen here. Leviatine is a little scary, but we do have Byleth as a magical option. Can we outspeed? I'm not convinced. So what I'm thinking is we'll have Byleth outspeed Lyn, kill her before she can actually attack us, and then he can finish off Leviatine, and then he could probably also take out Edelgard, and then Celica shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. So I think Kadain Byleth should be able to do a lot of work here, hopefully. Although... Okay. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and rally, get him a speed boost, and move him up like so. And now Corrin will toss him up, and we'll see if he can actually outspeed Lyn. This is a very risky strategy. Oop, nope, never mind. He did not outspeed. Rip. Alright, well, that was our tactical retreat, so now we have another shot. That was a really risky strategy. I wasn't sure. I didn't want to sit down and do the math and see if it would actually work out, but now we have a more intimidating looking team. We've got Brave Self, who could be troublesome, and Julia. Julia shouldn't be too bad if we initiate on her. Mostly I'm intimidated by Brave Self. Alright, so, well, no point worrying about it too much. Let's just go in and see if we can make something happen here. So Self rushes down, and we're going to send Claude to take him out. Drop gravity on them so that they're not rushing us down as well. Good job, Claude. And we'll go ahead and just pull him back and move Corrin up as well. Alright, so if we attack Self, hit him like so, bam, and bam, charge up our Gale Force, and now we can move in and attack Julia, but we can't finish her. We could attack Faye, also not doing a whole lot to her, but hit her with the lethality, take that counterattack, and then another lethality, and that'll again lock them up with that gravity. But we do need to save Claude. But oh no, that didn't do an... I was hoping those debuffs would let us finish off Julia, but no luck. So I think we're going to use Kadain Byleth to pull Claude out, and we're going to reposition Annette over. Alright, so Julia attacks. Does a good chunk to us, but we will counterattack, hit her, endure the second hit, and then trigger Deadeye and drop her down. Alright, now all we have to do is deal with this already very injured Faye, and we will just move Byleth in, trigger Sublime Heaven, and finish the job. Wha-bam! Great job. Alright, there we go. It was looking a little intimidating there at the end. Got a little overconfident, tried to tank that Lyn with Byleth. Didn't go great, but we still did clear, and we still have all of our items left unused. So, fantastic job to the entire Angel army. 7 wins in a row. And that wasn't us playing for score, by the way, because we weren't messing around with, like, blessings. That was just to see if our team could do a full Angel Army arena assault clear, and it was indeed a success. Fantastic job to the entire Angel Army. So even though all of them didn't necessarily get a chance to shine, everyone was there, everyone helped out, and it is just kind of awesome to say that I have enough plus 10 units to do something like that. These are some of my favorite characters, so seeing them all put in work like that was just really cool to see. They were able to overcome some limitations like not having extra dancers and still find a way to take out the many foes that they faced, so I'm very proud of them. Anyway, I thought that would just be a fun little thing to celebrate us hitting 28 units. But we are not stopping here. Of course, the Angel Army will continue to grow and add new members to their ranks. So looking forward to seeing all the new units that will join our ranks in the future. And yeah, thank you guys, as always, so much for watching. Until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon and the entire Angel Army signing out.